What's up, guys? So I am heading to the stand to kind of get some order to this video, because I know it's gonna be like spacey and not quite sure. Sunday I went out to bait out the property, move a trail camera. I ran into the owner of the front lot. I told him, me and him talked, discussed the price. I was going to sell my land to him, but he was going to sign a permission letter stating that I have hunting rights of the property. So that all happened Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, which is yesterday, I went out and checked the camera. There's an 8-point on camera. I'll have trail cam pictures of them. There's two does. Last night, yesterday evening, I bought a crossbow because my bow's still in the shop. I just couldn't wait anymore. I wanted to get out there. I wanted to hunt. That's all I've been talking about. My family's tired of hearing about it. It's been 3 years since I went hunting. Usually if I don't hunt, if I'm not into it that year or I can't, I usually just, I'm into some other hobby at the time, and I don't like talk about it so much with everybody, but when I am hunting, it's all I can talk about. So I'm driving everybody crazy, and I'm like, I just gotta sit in the stand. So I'm heading out to where I seen the 8-point. Mind you, there's a tropical storm hitting Louisiana probably about now, but it's not going to affect us here in Georgia until this evening. But I'm hoping that type of pressure drop in, everything lines up to make deer move during the day earlier, get as much feed as they can. I hope it gets us the opportunity we're looking for, but we'll see. I'm heading to the stand now. My clothes are still wet. I washed them last night in baking soda just to try to eliminate my scent as much as possible, because this is like just spur of the moment, like I'm going hunting. I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning. Like I went to bed at 10 last night. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep. It's all I could think about. It's like, am I going to get the 8-point today? Am I going to shoot that 8-point? Am I going to get a doe today? Am I going to see something bigger going to walk out today? I got all my filming gear set up, so if we're going to hunt it, we're going to film it, I'm sorry. But right now, semi stopped in the middle of that road, it looks like. Right now we're heading out there. We're going to figure it out. We'll see. It could be a great night, or it could be a great morning, I'm sorry. Or it could be a bust. Either way, I'm gonna feel better about just sitting there and seeing, because I only have one trail cam set up out there, and I've caught does. After I put the corn out there, I've just caught nothing but deer. So I put some apples out there too, and I think that's drawing them in. So today there could be a whole lot more deer coming. Well, it's possible nothing comes. So I mean, that's just how it is. I'm sure you understand that, but man, I feel good about it. There's something, like I said, I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning. It's in the air. I feel it. I think we're going to get a deer down today. But there's no explaining the feeling right now. I'm just fired up. I'm ready to sit in the stand. I've never seen that. There's a gas station price billboard with no gas station nearby. I'm coming up on an exit, but there's no gas station near this exit. That's weird. It had no advertisement. It was just a $2.94 for gas. That's weird. Never seen it. drive down here every day. My mom lives this direction. I drive down here every other day, it seems. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. But yeah, let's get the smackdown on it, man. Hopefully y'all have a good day. Damn, my camera quality sucks. I guess because it can't focus on me. Low light conditions. But maybe that's better. No, that's still not better. Huh. There we go. Oh well. We'll see y'all in the stand. I'm gonna stop and get a drink, some fuel. Well, not fuel, but fuel for my body. Man, we're gonna get on today. It's gonna be a dead deer on the ground. And I'm just saying, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna include that clip. I'm gonna shoot whatever. Like, I'm not picky. Whatever walks out, this brine is down. Smoked them. Look at that arrow. Dude, it's covered in blood. I smoked them. Alright. I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna try and see if I can see blood. I think along with it, it wheezed real hard. I'm gonna call my mom. She's gonna bring the dog. Alright, I'll see you on the view. Alright guys, we found her. Well, him. It's a button buck too. I don't know if you can hear it in the camera. When the first one walked out, I was sitting there watching it in the scope. I said it's a button buck. Then this one came running behind it, and I figured it. I looked at it. You can barely tell it's, I mean, even right now looking up on it, you can't see its buttons. It ain't even protruded through the skin yet, so I just assumed it was a doe. Laid an arrow in it, but it'll be all right. I mean, it's gonna eat good. It's a young deer, but we couldn't find blood. Like, I thought maybe it's just because I'm colorblind, but the entrance hole is like this big, and the exit hole's right here, where the arrow came out, but the broadhead didn't. So the broadhead's still stuck in here somewhere, and So I guess 0 out of 10 for strike. I mean, the cheap Walmart broadheads, probably get something better before my next hunt, because I mean, I need to be able to track it. It only ran, now I did do the job, it only ran 50 yards or so. It hit this back trail here, and we found it 10 feet that way to the right. So, but I mean, it put it down quick. So, don't get me wrong, it's not a big deer, it's not a trophy deer, but it's meat in the freezer, and that's what we came out here to do. I told myself this morning, get out there and do it. It was a crazy morning. I got out here, made every bit of racket in the book. I spooked the doe. I checked the trail camera, and the 8-point was actually right here on the wood lines where I pulled up. And I guess I spooked him out too. He didn't come back. I could have waited, but I'm only getting 4 o'clock in the morning pictures of him. I'll post those later. But he right now he's only coming. I think my only shot at him's gonna be at the rut, get him out and about moving. But like I said, one doe came out at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I could see it from the moonlight, but I couldn't. I mean, it wasn't shooting light. I couldn't make a shot on it reasonably. I honestly think it was a bigger doe than these, where I was able to look and see that it didn't have antlers on its head, but it was just a doe. But these two walked out about 7:45ish. I laid an arrow in them, got down, and we found them. Well, if it wasn't for the dog, this dog saves my butt because I am colorblind, and this dog knows how to find them. It takes a little working to get him started, but once he gets on them, he damn near tries to eat their leg off. But thanks to my mom for bringing them out so he can find it. We're about to go to the house and get it skinned up and get it dressed, and get some deer meat in the fridge. We might be eating backstrap tonight. Y'all have a good one. Shoot. All right, so as you can see from the video, it was kind of botched. I should have done better as far as like keeping up with the storyline of how everything went. It's kind of hard to stand because I'm gonna get into detail with it. I messed it up, but first look at this. That's meat in the cooler, buddy. We got him. But anyways, I get out there. I thought it was the doe. I checked the trail camera because I thought I spooked the doe when I first got there. I shine my light just to make sure I wasn't gonna run anything up, and I seen a deer, but I kind of like glanced at it and I didn't see any antlers. I thought anyways, but I checked the trail cam picture, and the exact time that I got out there, the 8-point was right there in front of that camera. So I'm gonna attach the photos I got of it, just to give you an idea of how big he is. I've talked to a few people, and I don't think I'm gonna pursue him this year. I got a couple other tracks I got permission to hunt on and that I own. So I own a small track, but I got a pretty big track permission to hunt on it. So I'm just gonna check those properties out in the next couple hunts. But yeah, so when I first got there, I spooked the 8-point out. I get in the stand, I make every bit of racket in the world. Like, it's setting up a climber is not quiet at all. I'm starting to climb up the stand, and my flashlight, I'm holding it with my chin, it drops halfway up. I'm not going back down to get it. So I had a bush illuminated under me the whole morning. But about an hour or so later, 45 minutes to an hour later, a doe walks out, and right there at the food plot, a good sized doe, but it was so dark still, I couldn't take an ethical shot on it. And at the same time, there's lights, like it's called shooting light. You can't shoot in the dark. You can't shoot a deer in the dark. You need a special permit for agriculture to be able to shoot deer at night. But so all together, I wasn't going to take the shot. I decided, even though like 20 minutes later, I think the horse next door stomped and it spooked it, and it just got out of there. And I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, well, it's dark. Maybe when day breaks, we'll see some more action. So it's still about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour later. I wasn't keeping track of time. It was still dark. I wasn't filming because like you couldn't see anything. So I had my phone in my hoodie pocket right there, and I was adjusting my pistol because it's sitting on my pelvis bone. I adjusted it, and when I like reached over to try to move it off my pelvic bone, my phone falls, hits the bottom of the deer stand, falls to the ground. So there's my secondary camera, and my GoPro is mounted to my scope of my crossbow. So kind of was, you know, the vlogging type stuff was it was executed just then. I wasn't going down to get the phone. I wasn't going to ruin the hunt. But an hour after that, because I'm at this point, it starts raining a little bit, light rain, and I'm just convinced like I'm not gonna shoot nothing today. Everything has went wrong. It has been a horrible sit. I spooked the deer. I seen the deer already come out and eat. It's gone. It got spooked. I'm making all this racket. I'm probably not gonna see anything. But I told myself like just sit until 8-9 o'clock and call it. Give it an honest effort. Like you already set. Like I've been sitting in the stand at this point. When daylight hit, 2 hours. I got in the stand at 4:50 something, and sun didn't really come up till like 7:30, 7:15, 7:30. So I was sitting in the stand for a good almost 3 hours. So I went ahead and waited, and sure enough, here comes a small body deer. Once it got to the food plot, I was able to look at it in the scope and see it had little buttons on its head about that big, and I was like, I don't know if I mean, I said if it's browns down, but I don't know if I want to shoot a button buck. Well, here comes what I thought was its sister coming out, a smaller body deer, and I was like, it got to the food plot, and I looked at its head, and I didn't see any sign like the other one had of antlers. So as you see in the video, I get on them, I shoot them, I get down, there's no blood trail. Like, this sucks. Like I seen the arrow was covered in blood. I knew I had a good hit on it, but I didn't know what I hit, and I couldn't track no blood. Well, that's because the razor part of the broadhead, I don't know if it just came out during flight or if it dislodged in the body when we were skinning it out. I never found it, but it don't mean it wasn't in there. It might still be in some of the meat. You know, we just gotta watch out for it when we start processing it. But so the entrance hole was this big and the exit hole was this big, but inside was massacred. There was a double lung. You know, the deer ran 50 yards or so. I was worried because I couldn't find any blood, so I got the dog out there, and the dog got, you know, it took him a little bit to get started, but once he finally got started, he got right on it, and it wasn't a big deer. I get it. It was a button buck. I was expecting it to be doe. It looked like a doe. It didn't have any horns. I couldn't see the buttons on its head, but you know, it happens like that sometimes. It's a young deer. It's going to eat really good, really tender. After looking at the pictures of the 8, the 8's just still young. I have a bigger 8 on my wall already. I don't see the purpose of shooting him. I mean, once a deer starts getting that big, a buck anyways, it doesn't get the, you know, you kind of get a real gamey taste in it. So you know, your best tasting deer meat is going to be from a doe or a young deer. So if I'm a trophy hunt him, I'm gonna give him a year or 2. I think I'm gonna check out these other properties, these larger tracks. I believe there probably could be a monster on those, and that's where I'm gonna focus trophy hunting at. Don't get me wrong, I'm still taking a few more does. I gotta fill up the freezer, but that was my first archery sit, my first archery hunt, and I did it perfect, like exactly where I, you know, had to shoot. I shot him right behind the shoulder, went straight through, punctured his lungs, didn't go far, It was a great kill, great deer, great experience. I'm telling everybody, like, I was shaking, even though how small it was. I got out standing, I was shaking because, I mean, I had several deer that day, like the one that came out at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then those 2 deer 10 yards away from me. I ranged it. It was 10 yards. I had the crossbow set to 20 yards, so I was holding a little low, just because, you know, the difference, and it hit right where I wanted it to hit. Expected it to hit anyways, and it was a different feeling being that close to them. And I get it, I used a crossbow, and that's not super primitive, but you know, I enjoy rifle hunting, but I definitely enjoyed bow hunting more. And I can't wait for my bow to get out the shop. I can't wait to actually claim a deer with my actual bow. But as far as, you know, the trophy aspect of it, I get it. A lot of people don't like shooting small deer. A lot of people don't like shooting does before the rut. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a trophy hunter, but I got other places to hunt. That was my first sit, my first opportunity. I took it. I'm proud of it. It was a good shot, good, clean, ethical kill. And that's all you can ask for. You know, you don't always get trophies. Don't get me wrong, if you go out there and you only hunt trophies, I mean, that's fine. But I like deer meat, and I like good tasting deer meat. So I'm not, don't get me wrong, I love to shoot trophies. I've shot plenty of nice bucks over the years, but I've shot them with a rifle, and I mean, if it comes out, I shoot it. But as of, you know, shooting does and stuff, I'll take them too, because I just want the meat. At the end of the day, I want it to be a clean, ethical kill. I'm not gonna spend my whole season waiting on, you know, some big buck. Don't get me wrong, that it's great if you do. You got a lot more attention span than I do. But as far as the compound bow, it did perfect. Not compound, the crossbow. If you're looking for a good budget-friendly compound bow, that center point dagger 405, man, dude, it did exactly what I wanted to do. It delivered enough energy. You seen how high that deer jumped. It knew something bit it. It was crazy because the other deer ran in the woods, and he was still 10 yards away from me, and just stopped and looked, trying to figure out what's going on. He just kind of walked off. But yeah, that's the hunt. That's the story behind it. There's a lot of crazy stuff leading up to me shooting a deer. I was still able to shoot the deer, get them inside 10 yards, archery range, perfect bow range. So hopefully we'll be able to do it again here soon. I'm thinking Sunday I might go sit one of the other properties. But until then, this is going to be the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I'll show you the new property that I got permission to hunt. I'm going to get some drone footage of it. It's a nice property. I'm very proud of this property and the way it worked out. I'll have more of that story of how I asked, how I got permission, how I found the dude, this, that, and the third. But super cool guy. He sent permission over today. We're doing it through email. It's all signed though. I got emails tracking that, you know, I sent it to this guy, so that way it's confirmed that it's not forged if I ever get stopped by the game warden. I don't think I'm gonna have that problem, but if I do, it's, you know, he told me verbally on the phone, like, yeah, you can hunt it. I was like, I need you to sign this paperwork because I'm not going to lose my hunting privileges. You know, you don't want to test that game warden. That game warden will get you. So, you know, do everything as legal as you can, as long as you can, until the need arises. You just have to protect your family, friends, and all that. But let's not get into that. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe.